Hello, hello, hello. No, I don't have my mic hooked up today. I'm so sorry. But I think you can still hear me, right? Ah, hello, hello, hello. Hello, welcome to Sip and Think with Sherry. So tonight our topic is about the thyroid. Now, the reason I bring this up is because if you saw my other social media posts, my other channels, I did a little video on medication that I had to pick up from the store for both myself and my husband. And thyroid came out of this, okay? Because my husband has to take a thyroid med. So I figured I'd do a sip and think on thyroid. It's weird. I have my notes off to the side. So I feel like I'm so far away. She's so far away from me. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it about the thyroid. The thyroid gland is a small butterfly-shaped gland in the front of your neck just below your Adam's apple. Its main job is to produce hormones that control how your body uses energy. This is called your metabolism. Now, I don't have a picture of your neck with the thyroid out there behind me, right? Yes, I have. Yes. Yes. We could use this. I got these in Greece. So, no. Pretend. Use your neck. Use your neck, right? Now I found the closest thing I could find. Do, 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 do. These are Brazilian nuts. They're the only ones I could find. In my mixed nuts. And the only reason I could find only these two is because I ate them all already. I know, it doesn't surprise me. So, apparently, in one of the pictures I saw, like, let's just say, well, we gotta lower our friend here. All right, so this is your neck. So, you've got your cervical spine here, right? You got your thyroid here. And actually, if you ever look at a picture of a thyroid, I know you can't really see it here. I'm really trying to improvise here. They look like the Brazilian nuts. Like, and have you ever noticed, like, a lot of the food that we eat, as far as like fruits and vegetables, some of them will resemble parts of your body, you know? Oh, I'll put, maybe we could give her a name. Okay. She's a Greek goddess. It's okay. Anyways, all right. So yeah. And Brazilian nuts are good for you, and they're good for the thyroid, and they look like your thyroid when you have the right size. But you know what? Maybe this is perfect. Maybe this is perfect. See how this one, it's like kind of cut off? It means, it's still healthy, but it's just not a full size. This looks like it could grow a little bit, Anyways, I will put a blog together and hopefully find a picture for you. Yeah, I haven't learned how to put the pictures on the backdrop yet, so just bear with me, everything in due time. All right, so here we go. Let's keep going. All right. The thyroid produces two key hormones, T3. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Triidothyronine, and a T4, thyroxine. These hormones affect many body functions: metabolism, how fast your body burns calories; heart rate, body temperature, brain development and mood; energy levels, weight regulation. The thyroid is controlled by the brain through the TSH hormone from the pituitary gland. Some common thyroid problems: underactive thyroid, which is called hypothyroidism, is when the thyroid doesn't make enough hormones. So common symptoms would be tiredness, weight gain, feeling cold, dry skin, depression, slow heart rate. A common cause of Hashimoto's thyroiditis is an autoimmune disease. So you have an underactive thyroid and an overactive thyroid, which an overactive thyroid is called hyperthyroidism. Hypothyroidism. Ism. So that's when it makes too much hormones. Symptoms include weight loss, fast heartbeat, anxiety, sweating, shaking, and trouble sleeping. A common cause is Graves' disease. Thyroid nodules. These are lumps on the thyroid. Most are harmless, but doctors sometimes test them to rule out thyroid cancer. So yes, my husband had stage 4 lung cancer. Excuse me. Whoa, no. Did not have that. I don't want to put that out there. He had stage 4 throat cancer, where the tumor actually broke his voice box. So in order to remove the cancer, they had to remove his voice box. However, due to the fact that he had a head and neck cancer, the thyroid is part of that. But because he also had radiation after they removed the cancer, the thyroid can get heavily affected, especially where they do a lot of the radiation. So that's why he's on a thyroid med, because his body is fluctuating and going up and down while it heals itself. So sometimes when they check his blood, it might be high. Sometimes when they check his blood, it might be low. So, yeah. I don't like to put things out into the universe that I don't need to, right? Good catch, Sherry. Thanks for catching that, All right, so some common tests that doctors will do to check your thyroid is blood tests. They'll test your TSH, your T3, and your T4. They can do an ultrasound, a biopsy if a lump is found. So a lot of times your doctor, I always thought they were like checking for to see if I had swollen glands, but I didn't realize they were checking to see how my thyroid is, Yeah. And then they go up sometimes. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Well, I don't know if your doctor does, but my doctor does. Maybe my doctor just likes touching me underneath my neck. Who knows? Interesting facts. The thyroid uses iodine from food that makes hormones. It affects almost every organ in the body. I believe I said that in my previous video about the pill organization, and we brought up thyroid, and I said, look it up because it does a lot for the body. Well, it affects almost every organ in the body. Yeah, did you know that? I apologize. Thyroid disorders are very common, especially in women. When the thyroid is underactive, this condition is called hypothyroidism. Why do I keep saying it like that? Hypothyroidism. Why can't I say thyroid? Thyroid, 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 thyroid. No, sorry. Um, so what happens is that little of the hormone is produced, so the metabolism slows down. Your body will burn fewer calories. You may gain weight easily. Weight loss becomes harder, even with diet and exercise. Usually, the weight gain is between 5 and 15 pounds, often from slower metabolism and fluid retention. The effects on the energy is constant fatigue, feeling sluggish or slow, low motivation, and brain fog. People often feel tired even after sleeping enough. That's when your thyroid is low and it's not producing enough hormones. And a lot of times, and I actually should probably look it up. I want to say that this might be also part of premenopause and menopause in women, especially if the thyroid condition is more known in women. I mean, I'm just listening to it right now. Kind of sounds that way. When the thyroid is overacted, this condition is called hyperthyroidism. And this is where the thyroid will release too much of the hormones. So the metabolism speeds up. Effects on the weight: rapid weight loss, increased appetite, and difficulty maintaining weight. So this has the opposite effect. Opposites, right? Not opposites in the sense of this way and this way, opposites in this way. It says your body will burn calories much faster than normal. I just want my hormones and my metabolism to burn calories and fat on a balanced level. I think balance, we're always looking for balance in everything. But unfortunately, sometimes we have too much of something and too little of something, and we're constantly working to get back to that balance. It's just about everything. Interestingly enough, people may both feel high energy / restlessness and extreme fatigue. Common symptoms include a fast heartbeat, anxiety, shaking, and trouble sleeping. That's for what did I say? Yep, hyper. Hypo is low. Hyper is high. The thyroid affects energy so much because the hormones control how your cells use oxygen and calories to produce energy. So if the hormone levels are off, cells produce too little energy, tiredness, or hypothyroidism. On the opposite spectrum, cells burn too much energy too fast, jittery but exhausted, hyperthyroidism. To keep your thyroid healthy, the goal is to support the function of the thyroid gland through proper nutrition, healthy habits, and medical monitoring if needed. Here are some commonly recommended things. 1, get enough iodine. Iodine is essential because the thyroid uses it to make hormones. Good sources include iodized salt, fish and seafood, dairy products, eggs, and seaweed. Too little iodine can contribute to hypothyroidism, but too much iodine can also cause problems. So balance is important. Number 2, eat nutrients that support thyroid function. So this was interesting. I paid a lot of attention on this as I was doing my research. Selenium. It helps convert thyroid hormones into their active form. Selenium is a trace mineral your body needs in small amounts to stay healthy. It plays an important role in the function of the thyroid gland and your immune system. It acts as an antioxidant. So, selenium helps make special proteins called selenoproteins. That protects cells from damage caused by oxidative stress. I did not look up what oxidative is, but I knew what the word stress was. This protection is especially important for the thyroid because it produces a lot of reactive oxygen during hormone production. Adequate selenium helps your immune system fight infections and maintain normal inflammation levels. Man, you literally, if you want to laugh, go onto Sherry's Dreamcatcher or my Instagram or my Facebook and watch my medication video. And I was talking about all the mucus and the inflammation, and my joints hurt, and like I've got a hernia, and I'm in PT, and all this stuff. And it's like a lot of this stuff is because my body is not balanced. It's not balanced, you know. And if I have too much fluid or my lymphatic areas aren't draining properly, then like it's harder for my body to move. Okay. Yeah, I just had to go off on that little tangent. You know what I mean? So, adequate selenium helps your immune system fight infections and maintain normal inflammation levels. I think that's important. I mean, think about edema. I can't get off of this enough, right? For most adults in the US, recommended daily amount is about 55 micrograms per day. Too much selenium for supplements can be harmful, so it's usually best to get it from food. Foods rich in selenium, Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts, just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day can provide enough selenium for many people. Now, the funny part is 1 to 2 will provide enough. I ate more than 1 to 2 nuts tonight. You know what I mean? So, like, most people are probably taking more than what they need. So, I wonder if that has an effect too. You can also get it in tuna, sardines, sunflower seeds, eggs. Selenium is also in zinc? No, that's not right. No, oh, I'm sorry. So it's saying the nutrients, sorry, I got to go back. My balance is all off, right? So we're talking about nutrients that support thyroid function. And I kind of stayed on selenium because it was very interesting to me that selenium plays an important role on the function of the thyroid gland and your immune system. Acts as an antioxidant. You know what I mean? Zinc. Zinc supports hormone production. You can find zinc in beef, pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, and cashews. I do have some cashews in here. If you've never seen a cashew, Yeah, they're a little different than the Brazilian nuts. I don't know if you can even see these. Um, so obviously I get my zinc and my selenium from my mixed nuts. I love nuts. I do. Let's see. Another nutrient would be iron. So low iron can worsen your thyroid problems. Sources of iron: red meat, spinach, lentils, and beans. So basically, they're saying make sure you have plenty of iron and you can get it from red meat, spinach, lentils, and beans. Okay. So you want iron, zinc, and selenium. I guess, you know what they have? I had spinach for lunch. I'm good because I had a salad. Let's see. Maintain a balanced diet. So it's recommended vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, healthy fats. Limit high processed foods, excess sugar, very high iodine supplements unless prescribed by your doctor. Exercise regularly. It's kind of like the stuff that doctors have been telling us forever. Sherry, are you going to listen? Physical activity helps regulate metabolism and energy levels. Some good options are walking, strength training, cycling, and yoga. Exercise is especially helpful for people with hypothyroidism because metabolism can slow down. Manage stress. Jeez. Oh my God. I should seriously. Oh my God. I should just print this all out and get into it every day and remind myself. Chronic stress can affect hormone balance and thyroid function. But what do you have to be stressed about, Sherry? You know? Helpful habits: meditation, deep breathing, good sleep, at least 7 to 9 hours, relaxation activities. Get your thyroid tested if you have symptoms. Doctors usually check thyroid function with a TSH blood test if someone has symptoms such as unexplained weight gain or loss, constant fatigue, hair thinning, feeling unusually cold or hot, mood changes. I'm telling you, this stuff reminds me of premenopause and menopause, especially if the thyroid hits women more than it does men. You know what I mean? Testing it can detect conditions like hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Opposite: one makes more, one makes less. One makes you fat, one makes you skinny, one makes you smart, one makes you foggy. Okay. Now, the word thyroid, because I'm so interested in the thyroid, thyroid. The word thyroid comes from ancient Greek and is related to the shape of the gland. Is that fine, my Greek? Greek. I love Greek. I love Greek mythology. The term comes from the Greek word thyreos, which means shield. Thyreos equals shield, and oid means shaped like or resembling. So thyroid literally means shield shaped. This name was chosen because the thyroid gland sits in the front of the neck and has a shape similar to a small shield or butterfly. The name was introduced by the English anatomist Thomas Wharton in 1656 when he described the gland in his medical writings. At the time, scientists didn't yet know what the gland did. They only named it based on its shape and location. The thyroid is often described today as butterfly-shaped, two lobes connected by a small bridge called the isth- isthmus. 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 Even though it's small, the gland has a huge influence on metabolism, energy, and hormones. So the simple rule is have a healthy diet, which plus an iodine balance, plus exercise, plus medical checkups equals the best support for your thyroid. And if you can focus on taking care of your thyroid, then other things going on in your body can maybe get better, hopefully. I mean, we're all going to age anyways, but who wants to feel horrible aging? At least try to feel good when you age. All right. So we are doing a sip and think right now. I know. Right? I already did my, let's see if I can make this larger. I already did some of my pop affirmations. I used my roll here. I still haven't gotten any WD-40. I need to, man, when I do that, maybe I should video it just so that I can show you. It's taken me a couple of years just to go downstairs, get a can of WD-40, and spray that sucker. All right, so the first one, happy day, pop open here. You make the world a happier place, unknown. Carpe diem. The future is always beginning now. Mark Strand. Oh, sorry. This is called Happy Day again. So we have 2 happy days and 1 carpe diem. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. John Keats. Those are your pop affirmations. Okay. Mind of a champion. Mind of a champion. Yeah, these mixed nuts, they also have, let me tell you what they have in them. Peanuts, almonds, cashews, filberts, Brazilian nuts, or Brazil nuts, roasted in peanut and or cottonseed and or sunflower seed and or canola oil. I also like walnuts. I'm just a nutty girl. Mind of a champion. I give without the expectation to receive every single day. Giving back to the universe. If there is something you can do at little cost to you, that will have a big positive impact on someone else. Always pay it forward and don't keep count. It's the little things that have big impact, right? It's like that pebble that you throw in the water and it has a ripple effect. Let's see what the impact deck says to us. Believe it or not, I am on day 2 of the Allegra D. And I am definitely feeling better. Yeah. I do go to physical therapy tomorrow. Figure out what's going on with my pinched nerve in my arm. So, okay. Impact deck. We've got a green one. Oops. What's one daily action you can take to elevate your mental health and physical fitness? Green. This is an action card and it challenges you to expand your comfort zone and get something done. So it's perfect for spring, right? Daily positive thoughts and affirmations. All right, here we go. Yes, I'm going to eat these peanuts. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, no, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I am a mighty force for good in this world, and I make a difference by showing up every day and doing my best. What is something I can do to be of service to someone today? What is something I can do to elevate my joy so that I can be my best self today? Which cause or nonprofit means a lot to me? Why this particular cause? What can I do to contribute and make a difference? How can I best share my love and light with others today? Interesting. That one jumped out too. So, interesting. Interesting. Goes back to giving back to the universe with our mind of a champion, right? There's something you can do at little cost to you that will have big positive impact on someone else. Always pay it forward and don't keep count, because I give without expectation to receive. What's one daily action you can take to elevate your mental health and your physical fitness? And your positive thought and affirmation. I am a mighty force for good in this world, and I make a difference by showing up every day and doing my best. So, what is something I can do to be of service to someone today? What is something I can do to elevate my joy so that I can be my best self today? Because when I'm my best self and when I'm elevating, I can help others, lift them up. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. You make the world a happier place. The future is always beginning now. Da, 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 da. These are my affirmators. I look to them for guidance. I do. I look at, when I'm reading these cards, I look at how they connect. I look at how it connects to what's going on in my life right now, my experiences, what I can improve upon. I said it earlier today at work, areas of improvement. That's what we're getting into as we're going into Q2. Da, 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 da. All right. Let me grab my glasses for this. I want to make sure I'm reading this word right. Impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. And that's the picture. So those are rain clouds over the huge wave, the storm, right? And the boat is sailing away from the sun, or the boat is sailing into the storm. Kind of like our thyroid. Got to look at it from two sides, right? Opposite spectrums, right? So some people look at this as I'm drifting away from the storm or I'm going into the storm. Like if I'm drifting away from the storm, I'm coming out of the bad and going into the good, right? Or on the other side, I could be going into the bad, coming out of the good, right? What did we say? Hypothyroidism, thyroidism, hyperthyroidism. One slows our metabolism, one speeds our metabolism. It's interesting. I want to drift away in comfort, knowing that more will come my way. It's basically realizing life is always changing, right? That's what it says. Changing as we age. Now I'm going to pull this bottom one because when I was shuffling, for some reason, this bottom one wanted to come out. So I'm going to read this one. Friendliness. Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. Whenever I smile, whenever I see your face, baby girl, don't you know that I love you so much? My dad, he used to always try to make up songs. He'd just put words together and make up songs. So, sometimes I just sing what comes to mind. It doesn't always need to make sense, How do you think the song Do Run Run probably came? Someone just probably saying, a do run, 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 a do run, run. It didn't make sense, and then they figured I didn't have anything to say, so I'm just going to say it. I have no idea if that's true. I'm just putting that out there. But every day is a winding road. Might get a little bit closer. The pink affirmators are about love and romance. Every day is a winding road. I might get a little bit closer. Oh, I grabbed two. Okay, get this. You watched me. The first one is grace. I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even when the crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. So Life is always changing. So, with disagreements, we need to show grace. We got to flow with these changes and disagreements. We got to flow up and down with them. So, if you look at your spine, right? If you're in disagreements, you're going to flow up and down with grace, right? And your thyroid is going to be impermanence. Did I say it right? Impermanence. It's going to be the thyroid from side to side, right? And the other card that came out with grace, my best self. I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of myself, the right sorts of relationships will appear in my life. That means I can let go of all my worries about the future, knowing that my only job is to be happy at this moment, while simultaneously attaining a cosmic level of enlightened awareness and total psychological self actualization. At first, it looks like a hat, but in reality, if you look at it closer, it's an animal on a magic carpet. Is it an anteater? Hmm. If I let go of all my worries about the future, which brings me back to the impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. It's about your stress too. If you let go, let God, your stress will come down. So let me eat my Brazil nuts. See? They're good too. And then I'll have my cashews for my zinc. I'll put a blog together and I'll put the mixed nuts on there. I will. All right. That's all I got for you tonight. Thank you. And yes, I do have to tell you one more thing. Hold on. Every day is a winding road. You might get a little bit closer. No, not that one, Sherry. Nope. Hold on. Oh, so in case we forgot, on Sherry's Dream Catcher in another week or two, because we only have 2 more weeks, really 2.5 weeks left of March. I know I already feel like it's over because everything's just moving so fast. We have another Dear Dreamcatcher letter coming out, and that's going to be on the April full moon, which is called a pink moon. It's going to be an April 1st full moon, pink moon in Libra. And then to wrap up Q1, based on our 2026 plan is I need to put together a recap so far of Q1 to see where we're at. By the time we get into Q2 with a recap, we'll probably have results rolling over from Q1. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Well, I hope you enjoyed your sip and think with me in regards to the thyroid. It was something I was interested in learning about, and I hope you found it useful as well. So thank you and enjoy your day, evening, morning, whenever you watch this.